everybody, and welcome to episode 116 of Trials and Trebuchets. I am your Dungeon Master, Luke, and joining me are my players, whose names are as follows.
Hi, my name is Ben, and I play the level 6 gnome wizard, Windsor Wallaby, along with his cuddly little companion, Mr. Wiggles.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
The Never Not Gets Funny.
Hi, everyone. It's
Hi.
me, Carla, and I play the level 6 Tiefling Roguelock Integrity Idleberry. Isithil, take this curse of me. I got no use for it anymore. It's dry and dark in this colorful tree. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door.
I can't wait to hear that.
Knock, knock, knocking on Isithil's door.
I can't wait to hear that with the intro music behind it.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Mira Marchand, the level 6 half-elf bard. Shoot me down, but I won't fall, 'cause I'm hiding with the gods. We're with a witch from another plane. We're in the gods' domain.
This witch gonna tamper.
You know, I
Tamper.
swear, I remember bringing my lighter into my room, so when you guys started singing, I would have that, and I can't find it,
The
so
prop
it's
is
somewhere.
gone. The prop is
Oh,
somewhere.
no.
Disappeared. I didn't have enough time to get the box cutter out to then wave that around,
F.
and a makeshift lighter, so...
It's
Maybe
the
the
thought that
listeners can
matters.
wave their lighters
Yeah.
in solidarity.
Hi, my name's Sam, and I play the level 6 human sorceress, Serenep Cinderman. After a long journey, we have finally found Sanctuary, and hopefully Sanctuary will not find us.
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary is the next big bad, I'm guessing that now.
Sanctuary.
That's a good name.
It starts with an S. Is there a snake here?
Yes.
No, not again!
Uh-oh.
And last time on Trials and Trebuchets, the students snuck Ferdinand and themselves through Pitter without attracting the gaze of the unhinged Celti, disembarking in a canoe to the Loft of Elders. On the way, they questioned Ferdinand the Witch about the many powerful entities chasing her and just generally wanting to cause her bodily harm, and that she had not really wanted to talk about until that point. They learnt about covens. They learnt about planes and how to create planes, about Ferdinand's own dreams and lofty ambitions to create Ferdinand Land, her own safe plane. And they also learnt that months exist in other worlds, but not this one. Just before arriving, Mira and Integrity had a heartfelt conversation about keeping dangerous secrets from one another, and why that's probably a bad thing. And after a final trek through a now monochrome plane, the five entered into a giant tree, the Loft of Elders. And Carla has run away.
Bye, Carla.
Bye, Carla.
Welcome back, Carla.
Bye, Carla.
Sorry, I just wanted to grab a jacket because I was feeling cold.
Okay. Got cardiganed up now. We can carry on.
Yes.
But it's a cardigan
Right.
with a KH.
We can cardigan on.
K-A-H.
cardigan.
Is
I
how
love
you're
that
supposed to say
Taylor
your
Swift
name?
song.
We're in the cardigan.
Okay. So, you all just entered into this large tree. To say large is a bit of an understatement. As you might recall, walking through the plain of Isithil, through this heavy snowfall at this point, you came to a clearing kilometers wide, and in the center was a single, very, very robust tree. There was an archway in it, upon which was written, "All are welcome under these boughs," or something approximating that. You had, if you recall, just entered in through there. The five of you, Winslow Wallaby, you, Serenep Cinderman, with a tree sprouting from your head, you, Integrity Idleberry, and you, Mira, all accompanied by Ferdinand, the witch, who currently looks like the archivist / other job titles of a Reading, who, if I recall properly, Integrity, is still roped using your magical rope around each of your waists.
Yes. Like they're still connected to me, but not on my back anymore.
Okay, perfect. So, okay, parsing that statement, I got it. Yeah, they're connected to you, not on your back anymore. Got it. The rope is wrapped around your waist.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. From what I remember.
And so the five of you, the four of you students and this witch enter into this large looming, I would say, tree. It goes up through the clouds, and you can see this glowing light emitting, and like almost like this warmth coming from this tree, a sense of home that you really haven't felt in a little while. I think in the marsh, in the forest, on the river, anywhere in the plain of Isithil, just ever since that color started to drain away from it. And you enter in, you come down a gentle slope made of dirt, and find yourselves in a hollowed out inner area of the trunk of this tree. A fair distance in, it's a very, very wide tree. And you see there is a single round-ish, it's not perfectly round, it seems to be like roughly hewn platform, suspended like as a floor almost, and it's hanging from very high up with vines wrapped around its edges. If that makes sense. Almost like what looks to be a lift, like almost like elevator like, or what? Not elevator like, trampoline like, right?
Ooh.
Can you imagine like a trampoline, but the trampoline springs are attached somewhere higher up, if that makes sense.
The Banjo-Kazooie.
So like people or like things will get pulled up instead of being in a cage and pulled up.
What?
Interesting question. No, there's no cages. It does, yes, look like a lift, which you've encountered before. This looks like a regular kind of thing that would bring you up or down, presumably.
Okay.
And to that end, Integrity, as you like look at this this little wooden platform and kind of examine it a little, you think, does this have a cage or something of the sort? You do see that there's like a substantial crack between the edge of like this wooden platform and like the inner diameter, the inner wall of this tree, and it seems like there's like there's enough space that you can see that there's a cavity below, but if you were to look up, as all of you might want to do, you can see that there's like a large shaft going up, so it could go up or down, either which way. What do you all do?
I'm going to walk up towards that platform
Mm-hmm.
and touch the rope or the thing that's like going in between.
Okay, yeah, it's like very there's thin and thick vines of assorted colors. It's so nice and refreshing. I don't want to speak for you. I assume it's nice and refreshing to see color again. But they are very colorful. There's different ones that are orange and blue and pink. And they're just like these very nice, fresh vines that seem to stretch all the way up to the top of this tree. That are like cradling, holding this wooden, almost like a wooden plate at the bottom here. It's very large. All of you could fit on it easily. And then some.
I'm guessing there's nothing else really on that floor, huh?
Like on this entry level.
Yeah.
Would there be anything else? I don't
A
think
waiting bench.
There is a little waiting bench. There's a
Aw.
little shoe cubby. Yeah.
Aww.
A shoe cubby.
Yeah, there's a little this is a very interesting thing. If you want to examine this shoe cubby, which you all see, first it does say clean floors lead to clean hearts on it in it's just written in common.
Are there boots there that says Shimpem?
There's
actually,
God.
Yeah, lots of.
there's 1,000 boots that
Okay,
say Shin Fem on the sole.
I'm curious. No, please go ahead.
I was gonna say, Serenep takes off her shoes and puts
Okay.
them into one of the cubbies.
A little cubby. It's
Yeah,
very
same.
it's very like well made, and as you approach it, you can see that it actually it doesn't look to be like, it looks like a weird piece of furniture, I guess is just what I'll say. Like it looks off. There's something off about it. What's up, Mira?
And this is just a curious question because this
Yeah.
made me think. What is like the shoe culture at Wildcliff? Like, is it normalized for people to like keep their shoes on in their rooms? Like, this just made me curious.
Yeah.
What is that?
I
How familiar are we with this
That's a
shoe
good
cubby
question.
culture?
I think I always thought of like a lot of people taking their shoes off when they go into their dorms, or like having, since it is like a mix between stone floors and wooden floors, that's like you would have probably slippers if that. But I definitely imagine most people taking their shoes off. I think that's the norm for most people. I think that I think like probably some humans don't do it, but most other people traditionally enjoy Some dwarves, some humans might not take shoes off when they go in places, but the common thing is to take your shoes off when you go in. The exception, however, would be Winsler and Kurt's room, which until very recently was a workplace hazard zone where this floor was littered with little metal scrapings and glass and just dangerous things that could impale you at any moment.
So you have to wear an armor.
You need steel toes for the going in there.
Very dangerous.
Yeah. So, do you all want to leave your shoes in the shoe cubby?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yes.
We're
But
in the
I'm-
gods' homes. This is polite.
Yeah. But I'm going to like
Yeah, let's not piss him off.
grab my shoes and give them a kiss and be like, take care. Don't
Is
get
there any-
lost.
Is there any like specific details about your shoes that are like notable,
Um,
other than them just being well made?
Well, the shoes that I brought with me to Isethel is practically like combat boots, like a brown one, but on the side is a flower etched,
Aw.
and at the bottom is like an etching of integrity that my father made just for me.
Okay.
Aw.
That's cute. Okay. So, Ferdinand will not remove her shoes. She will.
We knew we couldn't trust her.
Wow.
This was the tilting
Unbelievable.
point.
How dare she?
How dare she?
As she sees all of you go and put your shoes into the shoe cubby, she will kind of stand there, rope around her waist. She looks a bit out of place, almost, right? The rest of you are wearing like ponchos and have these large backpacks and have other bright colors about you, but this is just Ava, and she just looks like a person who's plucked from the like straight out of a library and just sat here. She has some mud on her that's like a reddish color, but it's not bright by any means. And she'll say, "Oh, I'll just keep mine on. It's not a big hassle. I'm sure they won't mind."
Won't they be more likely to give you protection if you're polite?
I think that would be I don't know. That would be like pretty petty to be like, "Oh, you can't have sanctuary because you broke a house rule that's like if you want to." You know?
Gula Pedra seemed petty.
Gola Petty.
Maybe we shouldn't be saying that out. Maybe we shouldn't be saying that out loud just in case.
Yeah, probably not out loud.
Point. Forget I said anything. Do whatever you
You
want
say
with
up
your
to
shoes.
like the shaft going up towards like don't ignore that please.
Sorry.
a little centipede crawls on the wall and you just whisper it to them. Speaking of that, so do all of you want to get onto this like wooden platform?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
You all stand on it. You feel a bit of spring again, as if you're standing on a trampoline, like that kind of uneasiness to it. Yeah, it goes boing, boing.
I'm going to jump on it.
Do you?
Ah!
You want to jump on it?
Like just tiny bit, like sort of like testing the waters.
You all very quickly start to feel like, give me perception checks, everyone.
Uh-oh.
Yay. Serenep, you look up and there's Gola Pedra. It's been waiting for you.
I got 7.
This isn't Mirror's
I got 8.
That is
Like
a
a 3 plus
Yo.
something.
16.
Oh, 3.
Oh, there we go.
6.
We're off to a great start.
6, 7,
Great
8.
start, everybody.
And a 16.
The rest of you think Integrity's dope as hell.
Oh,
And they
wow.
all join me. Join me! It's so much fun!
Serenep, you see that this platform isn't like the most secure. It's not like there's an Isethel building code per se. This thing, you feel it as like integrity alone. Like the 5 of you are standing on it, and integrity alone is like jumping up and down very slightly, and it already feels like it could tip over at any moment, just like completely like capsize.
Okay, as Serenep's gonna put her
Join
hand
me.
on Integrity's shoulder and she's gonna say, I don't believe this is a strong enough structure to handle all of us jumping on it.
Oh. Okay.
We'll find something else for you
We
to
should
jump on,
build one-
okay?
Okay, we should build one like this in Wadcliffe.
Sure.
Oh, we could get Kurt to help us.
And then we can ask people to pay us to get on it.
We'll make a company of people going in and paying to jump on trampolines.
We gotta do that alongside the lemonade stand. like the
Yeah,
like
people
the
don't-
fucking
Yeah, you guys were
straws.
going to do that once, right? How did that go?
Oh, are
That
you
ever
thinking
happen?
of? Are you gonna open a business?
What is happening?
Yeah, we're gonna have a lemonade
I think we
stand,
were-
and I also want to propose that we should make these shirts that they could change the face of like the character depending on who they're vetting for in the battles.
Wait, when did this become medieval times? What?
That sounds a little creepy. I don't know about that.
Jousting.
You just imagine the bleachers, and there's just gonna be like your own face in there, like in this. It's just gonna be a sea of your own face.
Wait,
and it's
hang
gonna
on,
be
hang
real
on, hang on.
creepy.
Wait, so I've done t-shirts that can like turn your face into a character. Is that like for duels? We like mass produce t-shirts that turn into the people you're rooting for? Is that like the vibe?
Yes. And maybe it could have words like, "Oh my gosh, I love you," or
I feel like it'd be scary though.
Guys,
if you were in a tournament and it was like your own face looking back at you, right?
Guys, I hate to be that person, but I feel like we've very much gone off track very suddenly.
As Integrity continues to like bounce ever so slightly on this platform. What do you do to try to move this thing though?
Oh, it doesn't like
It
automatically.
doesn't
move?
automatically go anywhere.
Oh,
You
I
feel-
thought we were,
as
like-
you guys, nope. As you just haven't just been standing here.
Well-
Because I thought we were having this conversation like riding up the elevator.
Same.
There's
Yeah.
the vines, right? That were like next to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
How many are there?
Oh, there's so many.
Damn it.
Like an unknowable number.
Okay.
Quite honestly.
God.
So it's very unlikely
The more
that...
you look and try to count Serenap, the more there appears to be.
Oh,
Okay.
like spaghetti.
Like spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
Okay, so it might not be likely that those would control the elevator because there's so many.
Yeah, they seem to just be like suspending it, holding
Okay.
it there.
Is it like so when Integrity jumps on the elevator platform, does it like go down slightly and then come back up a little bit higher than where it initially was?
You
You can already see my train of thought.
It definitely goes down. It doesn't come back up. It almost feels like the more she jumps on it, the further down you guys are coming back to rest
Okay.
at. Which I don't know if that's what you want to be doing. To give you a bit more context to make a decision on what way you want to try to go to. Up above. So this is just a very a relatively narrow shaft for the diameter of the tree that goes all the way up. You can see if you squint, some of you might be able to see just barely leaves, indicating that this shaft goes all the way up to the canopy of the tree.
Okay.
And from that there you can see brighter, more regular Isithil kind of colors emanating, and almost like a warmth, right, in the air coming from there. That's like very nice after being out in the cold for many hours in a boat and walking in the woods. As the little platform depresses slightly in the ground with every subsequent jump from Integrity Idleberry, you do feel like you're descending into something that's colder below you.
Okay.
Mm.
So
We want to go up.
just Serenep is going to, because like she already put her hand on Integrity to try and
Yes.
stop her from doing this. She's going to like pat her shoulder and she's
Mhm.
gonna say, "Integrity, can you please stop jumping? Because I think we want to go up, but jumping is making us go down."
Oh, okay, but what if they're down there?
I
Do
don't
you think they're up there?
Well, it looks nicer up there, and the gods are nicer, I'm assuming. So
Yeah,
that's probably a good sign,
so,
right?
just until we figure out how to go up this contraption, could you please stop jumping?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Do we think that like pulling really hard on the vines, like if we all kind of work together, might get us up a little? I mean, there's 5 of us, and I'm sure if we all kind of do our part, it'll do something, right?
We could try that.
Ferdinand
Maybe
holds up
they're-
her arms and she goes, do you see these? They're not exactly made for pulling and doing manual labor.
Well, me neither, but we have to do something.
I saw you back in the marsh and everything. You look well capable of doing stuff like that. You jumped off the little
Well-
boardwalk, no problem. I couldn't do that, even.
Well, maybe just pretend like you're giving it your all.
Oh, okay. I'm very good at that.
At pretending?
She smiles at you, winks.
Oh my god.
So do y'all want to pull on these vines?
Yes.
Sure,
please.
let's pull them.
I mean, there's
mean,
nothing
like-
else really around us, so I guess.
Well, I kind of want to like grab it and sort of like wobble it a little bit, shake it,
Yeah.
like a little bit.
Okay.
Meanwhile, like I will do like the thing when you're climbing a rope for like those movies for PE or for gym.
When you're climbing those movies, I know it.
Climbing movies, yeah.
The beep test.
Someone climbing a poster.
But climbing.
So I'm going like pulling up.
Oh, yes.
So you're just climbing the vines?
Well, I'm trying to like. Okay, I was told to pull the vines, so
Correct.
I'm pulling the vines
Okay.
as hard as I could.
And now, Mira, how are you pulling the vines?
Well, what I'm trying to kind of do is like see if we can like hoist the platform up like a little bit. Like, do
pull
you know
it
what I
up
mean?
by
Like,
its bootstraps.
like yeah, exactly. That's like it's just hard work and a good attitude, and I'm sure
Yeah.
it'll work fine. Everything works by pulling it up its bootstraps. No one's ever had a problem with that before. It's a great philosophy.
Okay. You all pull Winsler as you like pull them towards you, and you feel like a lot of tension in these things. Integrity, as you try to like rope climb and pull yourself up. I assume that's actually a fruitful endeavor in that you know how to climb a rope.
Yes,
And
I
you
do.
you can begin pulling Integrity up the vine.
Oh,
But not the rest of the platform. Mira, as you like pull from below, you feel the platform wobble and begin to descend even more, the same way that Integrity jumping on the platform
Oof.
caused it to
Okay.
descend.
That's a no then.
Also you see Ferdinand like
Oh my
pressing on it,
god.
and then she just stops after like literally 2
She's like that
seconds.
one person in a group project that's like, I will help decide everybody's roles
Okay.
and
Yep,
does
and then-
nothing else.
You mean
And
the
they do
project
no
manager?
no other work.
I think I have an idea.
Yes, I would love to hear it.
How much do each of us weigh?
This shit again.
Let me check the wiki because there's an actual answer.
Oh, not this,
This was
shit
like
again.
an episode 1 or episode 2 thing, I think.
I'm 120
Well, Mira weighed
pounds.
130 pounds, but I think that her arm's gonna be probably like a little more than her old arm, so I'm gonna say she weighs 135 pounds.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's 120 plus 135.
Winsler weighs
The last
2
weight that I
pounds sopping
checked,
wet.
42 pounds.
God.
42.
Oh,
You're like a small
Uh,
dog.
I think Serenith has built some muscle.
Hell yeah.
So
Jack Serenap.
I'm gonna say I don't know what a healthy weight is for someone who's 6 foot tall plus muscle. I don't know that number.
No, it's an unknown.
80.
80?
180.
Did you just say
Yeah, okay,
80
let's
pounds?
let's say 180.
180.
Oh, I thought Carla was like 80 pounds. I was like, what the fuck
No,
are you
no, that
on?
is not. No. Okay,
Carla?
okay, we'll say 180.
Yeah, weight is different because muscle mass and all that
Oh,
sort of
that
stuff.
is true.
Yeah.
And she big.
Yeah, you can be like
I've been like
180-ish.
I've been bench pressing.
Hell yeah.
I've been
There's
lifting
that,
Virgil
there's
like
that
a weight.
gym in the chapel. There's the
Oh
gym
my
in
God,
the
that
chapel you
rules.
guys could fucking go to. Anyways, so let's go with like 180-ish.
477. And then let's just
So-
kick Ferdinand off.
Okay, yeah, that won't work because levitate
Bye,
can only
Ferdinand.
let you lift up to like 500 pounds in total.
Okay.
So that wouldn't
Your
work.
weight is only holding us down.
Okay,
We're like,
so
aren't you a witch? Go fly up there then.
okay,
Where's
Where's
your
your
broom?
broomstick?
just so I can understand what we. Okay, so jumping makes it drop. Pulling the
Yes.
vines makes it drop.
Yes.
We can't levitate it. We
Yes.
feel like we want to go up because it's warmer and nicer up there than it is what we suspect is down below us.
You hear
What if we dance?
What if we
When you say
if we
that,
dance?
I'm gonna start dancing.
wait, what if it's not letting us go up because the floors are clean up there and they want to keep the floors clean? Take off your shoes, Ferdinand.
Ferdinand goes, I can't take my shoes off. I can't. I really can't. You don't want that.
Wait,
Let's try
why?
something. Get off.
Is it like, are the shoes technically part of your Ava skin suit?
Yeah.
Do your feet
Yes.
smell really bad and you're
Skin
very conscious
suit.
about that?
No, it's just that if I take the shoes off, then I'll lose the. And she like gestures to herself.
Well, I mean,
Serenepth.
we're in a safe.
Serenepth.
Hello.
Serenepth. You said
Hi.
that you could levitate 500 pounds, right?
Yes.
Well, Integrity can climb. What if she climbs the vines and she uses her floating disc to levitate someone else, and then you can probably levitate everyone else, right?
Oh,
So you're gonna make me do all
makeshift
the hard
elevator.
work then.
that's
Yeah.
smart. Like an elevator floor on top of the elevator that's not touching the elevator.
Exactly. So it doesn't count the weight.
Okay, that might work.
Question: how high is this?
What do you like? It goes above the
question.
clouds.
Oh,
Oh boy, we're gonna go way up.
Okay,
well, I can do this. I got this.
well, like, based on previous conversation, or at least what we've previously done, as long as I am at equal height with the thing I am levitating, I can technically still lift it higher. That's still correct, or
Mm-hmm.
so we should be okay in that department. And then, if it's a similar system with the floating disc, I mean,
Integrity, I know this is like a big climb for you. Is that something you feel comfortable with? Because if you're not, I'm sure we can find another plan.
Here's the thing, though. Hi, DM interceding into
Hi.
this,
Hello.
just so you don't do something maniacal and get into another situation where you drop into a not bottomless pit. In this case,
Just a pit.
Whoops.
Integrity make a floating disc, put it on the middle of the platform, like the wooden platform. Have a couple people stand on it, and then levitate all the people who aren't standing on that platform.
Oh
And then
my
all of you
gosh,
just
that
go
is
up.
fucking true. Because I can carry.
Like, why does Integrity have to climb the rope too?
Oh, I thought the disc
Okay,
moved
okay.
with her. That's why I was.
Yeah, but if she goes
How about
up, it'll
this?
go up with her.
Yeah. So
Like,
it
on
says
the
here that it will create so it's a disc that can carry 500 pounds.
Uh-huh.
So technically, we can go almost 1,000.
Wait,
What?
combined, we can carry 1,000 pounds.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I don't
yes,
know
yes,
if that's
yes.
how math works.
Luke isn't denying this. He's laughing too hard. We can do this.
I don't know if that's how math works or physics works.
I don't know anything about math. I'm sitting this one out.
Okay, because it's technically like, okay, the disc itself is lifting the 500 maximum, and then my magic is lifting whatever extra weight there is.
Okay.
Don't think too hard
but
about it,
says
it's fine.
something here.
What does it say there?
But it can't cross an elevation change of 10 feet or more.
Oh shit.
So, for
That means
example,
if there's a gap in the ground.
the disc can't move across a 10-foot deep pit, nor could
Yeah.
it leave such a pit.
So, okay. You guys have found a solution. Now let me explain to you, because I feel like Mira came up with a good solution here. Mira/Sarah came up with a good solution here, and now we've gotten lost in the weeds of what that solution is. Integrity. You could use your Tensor's floating disk.
yes.
You could place it gently upon this platform, this elevator platform, right? Someone could then, because it floats above, it's a floating disk, it floats above the surface of the ground, right?
Yes.
You could ask Ferdinand, because the theory here is that since Ferdinand didn't take her dirty shoes off, the elevator is not going up. So you could ask
Okay.
Ferdinand to stand on this disc so she's not standing on the elevator. Problem solved. And then as you go up, it'll lift the disc with you. It's not like you have to put the disc beside you and make it float up beside you or anything.
Oh.
And in the
Okay.
event that doesn't work, someone else can just stand on the disc and you can all levitate your way up.
Thank you for bringing
That
us
makes
back,
sense.
Luke. I got lost for a bit.
Yeah. We've had a lot of wacky plans this arc. I'm here for you all.
We can do Mira's plan, and it will sort of be like the way scale that Winsler has. You still have that, Winsler, right?
Somewhere.
The camera cuts to it, discarded on the ground, back at Wildcliff.
With
while
a perfectly
scene
safe artist next to it.
while a scene happens, while a scene transpires. We cut back to Isithil. Windsor continues.
No, I
going.
don't have it.
Oh my god.
Damn it, we can't
Okay.
weigh our sins anymore.
So, I'm going to then
Yes.
cast my Tensor's floating disc.
Okay. You pull a small
And-
flask of mercury out from a pocket somewhere and go floop and pour it on the ground. It thins out to like a very, very thin layer of metal. It creates a perfect disc. It floats there enticingly. It makes that sound as it floats. It goes.
Ferdinand,
Uh-huh.
can you kindly step on that floating stone over there?
She climbs up upon it and stands there like a mannequin upon a pedestal.
Hello, gods.
Cool.
You can move us up now.
We're sorry for our friend and their dirty feet.
As Ferdinand climbs up and you see that her Ava's dirty shoes leave the ground of this wooden platform, you feel a very gentle pull as the platform begins to rise up in the air.
Oh,
Who would have thought that all you needed to do was take off your shoes?
Yeah, I feel like you had to keep in the
courteous.
disguise. Like, we're in this sanctuary now.
Well, it's still. What do you want me to do? Just have nothing? And she
what do
shrugs
you
it.
look
No.
like without this skin changing?
I look great. First of all,
I'm sure.
are
Do you
being-
have like a real form at
Yes.
this point?
Yes. That's a rude question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude
Do
to the
you
person
have
who
a
charmed
rude-
me and
do you
lied to
have-
all of us.
I'm trying to save my own life. Listen, we're in the Loft of Elders. We're here for Sanctuary. We're working together, collaborators, a perfect team, the 5 of us, you 4 and me, the leader.
No.
Wait,
no.
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 And
Serenup's the leader.
Wait, what? Guys, I don't trust my decisions well.
Serenev has like the tree growing on her head. That means she's the leader.
the tree wiggles a little bit as you guys
Aw,
climb up this
That's
elevator.
very cute.
Has it like grown
Um,
long enough for me to actually see it, or is it just like a feeling on the top of my head?
Yeah, it casts a bit of a shadow, so you might be able to see it occasionally. And as you all climb, as the elevator rises in the air, first of all, how long does Tensor's floating disk last? I doubt that'll really come into play, but just for my curiosity, it's like an hour, right?
Yes, 1 hour.
Okay, perfect. So it's not going to be an issue. As you rest on this elevator and it rises in the trunk of this tree, in the actual inside bark, after you get up a fair distance, you can actually see that there's like a bunch of little animals that are like burrowed in and making their homes inside the bark here. Like you see a bunch of squirrels and other types of rodent-like creatures, of course, in different varieties of blues and greens, a lot of bright
pink
orange
squirrel?
ones specifically. You might see like a large bat-like creature that's just hanging there in like a very dark, distant, like little alcove. But
Did
it's
it
just
have
like
5 eyes?
it has 17 eyes.
Aww.
And it's just like this very complex interior kind of like texture that just looks like stuff has eaten through it, stuff has burrowed in it. Everything, things are living in here. There's life happening inside of this tree. And as you continue to like rise, you might start feeling a bit lightheaded just because of like very rapid altitude change. It's not a big deal, but it's nice flavor. And eventually
oxygen
you feel like
molecules.
this
Oh
warmth.
no, my tree needs oxygen.
You feel this kind of warmth wash over you as you near the top. You can see much easier now, bright lights emanating. You can feel just nice. It feels cozy in here is a very key word. And it's not just like the warmth is like, oh, this, it's not me saying as like, oh, this could make you feel cozy. You feel cozy, right? There's something here that is forcing you into like this cozy state.
Oh,
Aw.
Almost, right?
I mean, it's a good thing to be forced into, I suppose.
There's
What's
worse
that feeling?
things.
We don't know her.
Is this the safest we've ever felt since we were born?
Since we were born.
I need to look at something.
Is it the monster
Is
manual?
it the picture of Hippocrampus again? I don't blame you.
I
Bring
need
it up.
everyone to make charisma saves
Oh,
as you
is this
arrive at the top.
Shit.
Charisma
Am I so
saves?
charismatic? It's
Ah.
been such a while since I've done this.
question?
What's up,
hey, I
Ben?
am.
Is this magic?
It is magic.
Okay, I get to use my thing, my
Holy
gnome
What?
thing.
24.
Oh shit! Fucking what, Ben?
Is this the
After
first?
What?
The one
Wait,
thing that's never never come up because I've never been hit with a spell that requires me to make a save.
Really?
That
In
isn't
116
that
episodes?
isn't intelligence, wisdom, or charisma.
This is a charisma.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay, what did everyone do?
Non-nat
Oh.
20.
Well, I have a +7 luckily to charisma, which brings my score up to a wonderful 9. I
I'm
rolled a 2.
I'm so fucking happy that came in handy.
What does it do? It just gives you advantage?
Gnome cunning, it gives me advantage on saving throws against all magic for intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saves.
What the
Ooh.
fuck?
specifically against magic. So with that, I rolled a 17.
Nice.
Okay.
So I got a 25.
Fuck.
How
Yeah,
charismatic are you?
that's why I was like, oh, I'm so glad. I was like so interested if Ferdinand would have cast Charm Person on me, because I would have just been like, huh?
How you doing?
We gnomes
You
are
all
hardy
die.
against magic somehow.
A spell takes effect. Mira?
Uh-oh.
Again.
Always Mira. All right, yeah, what is it? I'm bad at rolling dice, I guess.
Magic just doesn't agree with you ever.
No, it really doesn't.
I need to.
Uh-oh.
This isn't like. Yeah, Mira,
I'm
you become
afraid.
aware that you must tell the truth.
Oh boy. Oh
Okay.
no.
The entire tree is a
oh,
zone of
no.
truth.
All right.
Oh, God.
Cool.
no.
Got it.
Let's go.
Alrighty.
It's this spell.
Okay, so I want to clear this up right away because I feel like this is always the case with truth
Yes.
spells. Is it if I am asked a question, I have to answer it honestly, or is it like I have to say
I
I
can
feel
read you.
compelled to
Yeah.
say true things?
I can read it to you because I'm just using Zone of Truth. It isn't like a special circumstance.
Okay.
It is just a fancier Zone of Truth. An affected
Okay.
creature is aware of the spell and can thus avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond with a lie. Such a creature, or person in this case, can be evasive in its answers as long as it remains within the boundaries of the truth.
Fun, cool.
This
Got
is
it.
the
Thank
best person to have this happen to.
Oh boy.
you. All right.
We have a national champion here, everyone.
Oh my god, I'm embarrassed.
The
The
look at that. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my god.
we played D&D.
Okay, so you all very clearly feel this magic wash over you, though, as you find yourselves on the top of this tree. It's a wide open space, and it's not quite like the very, 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 very top of this trunk. It seems like the upper 40 or so feet has just been hollowed out by some sort of thing. Hollowed out is not the right word. It looks like wood never grew here, in fact, and it just grew out in almost like a bowl shape at the top of the tree before growing off into the different crown branches that would rise out of a regular tree.
This feels like it's just a giant natural bird bath.
Yeah, it's very
hell
bird
yeah.
bath like.
I've always wanted to know what that feels like.
And you're
Like a
in
pool.
this almost central, I would call it like a very hubbish area that you can see. There's large archways on each of the four cardinal directions. And as you come up, there's like, I would say you can see the one in front of you. Let's start with that. Is very grand. It has what looks like a carving, but again, isn't quite a carving in like the archway that seems to be many different animals of some sort.
Oh.
You see two, I think, that really stand out. Three that actually might stand out. One nearish to the bottom, nearer to the floor, it almost looks like this. It's like a relief carving or a relief statue in like the archway, to be clear. And it's almost like this frog-like thing. Up near to the apex of the arch, you see what looks like almost like a centipede-ish creature. And then on the opposite side, you see like a very serpentine-looking dragonish creature as well. And then at the very apex of the arc, you see, or the arch, you see like a just radiant arrow, if that makes sense.
A radiant arrow?
Be not afraid.
Yeah, like a radiant, like a carved, like little arrow that's pointing straight down, and it's just like there's like carved little light rays coming out of it.
Interesting.
Like
It's
almost if you
Nice.
went onto like Google Maps and were like, click this place, and like that little pointer arrow pops up, similar to that, right? Like a little rounded with the arrow, that kind of arrow, not like a bow and arrow. The other archways, the one on your left, it has many little birds and different animals carved into it. That's a wide open one. That's a wide open arch. It doesn't seem to be like as large as this one in front of you that clearly, I think at this point, you would be able to tell depicts like the elders in the archway. The one on the left has like these little birds. From that way, you can hear like the chirping and singing of birds. It's actually very nice. The one on the right is what languages do you all speak? Because this is not written in common, but is clearly something's written on this archway.
Halfling, Elven, some Primordial, Draconic, Sylvan.
Where? Elvish, Draconic, Sylvan.
Okay.
Common, Draconic, Primordial, Gnomish, and Basic Sylvan.
Okay.
Damn.
Common, Draconic, Infernal, and Thieves' Cant. Or
Okay.
Cant.
So, okay.
Thieves can't
Oh,
what?
he's a great philosopher. No, he's
Oh
not.
my god.
Ooh.
Hang on, can I say that
Um,
again? Because it seems like my waves are very low. I think I whispered that.
Okay.
Common, Draconic, Infernal, and Thieves' Cant.
Can't do what?
Kant. He's a
Say
good
the line!
philosopher.
Say the line. Say the line.
So in that case, Winsler and Mira, with your understandings of Primordial, I think you'd be able to piece together. It seems to be a bit more complex than other things that you've seen, or just like maybe just older. But you can make out that it says something along the lines of blessed dwellers on that archway. And then if you were to turn like 180 degrees to look at the one behind you, you would see that this room, like there's two very natural looking stairs that go up towards this archway that's in the back of the room. And there's like a little landing there with like a beautiful, again, not quite carved, but still carved, like railing. And that archway has hands that are like grasping one another, like all different types, like not specifically one. Some of them have claws, some of them look off, some of them look almost just very, I don't know, just different from like a regular hand that you would expect to see. A hand, but not. But all clasping together, and there, Winsler and Mira, there's also runes that you can say. You get the intent of creation to comprehension is what you can glean from what's written there.
Cool.
Ferdinand, standing still on Integrity's disc, her floating disc, will kind of look down at all of you, which is great because she already does.
Cool. Cool.
And she'll say, "All right." She'll squint and listen for a moment, and then kneel down, and she will say, "You all can go first, right?"
Well, I don't really know what's going on here, so I think it's a good idea if we go together.
Oh, I'll be right behind you, though.
I don't know where we're going. I'll be honest.
No
I
offense,
mean, you
Ferdinand,
have no
but I
choice.
don't trust you enough to let you stay behind with the group.
I'm not staying behind. I'm still attached, but just.
Well, I think that your disc moves with integrity anyway, if
Oh.
I understand it correctly.
Oh,
So
I
I
don't
think
even
we all
have
have
to
to go
look?
together.
Perfect. And she'll stand back up and almost look
Oh my
just
God.
like just again like a different pose of a mannequin.
I can totally just remove the magic and like let her drop.
She's just doing
And then the
like
platform
yoga
plummets.
poses like on the top of this thing.
Just doing a perfect warrior too. It's very impressive.
She's like, okay, we
What
have to
do you
go
all
in
do?
this direction, poses and stops moving.
If I danced around, will like the disc like dance around and like
It
make her
jiggles
trip
a
or
bit,
something?
yeah.
It just flips over and knocks her onto the floor.
Or like
Where-
run and then stop immediately and like
Where do you all go?
Well, we probably want to go to like the blessed dwellers one because we want some kind of blessing, right? And so that seems
Or
Well-
is that a
Similar
space
enough?
for dwellers who are already
Blessed
blessed?
dwellers. Yeah, blessed dwellers could mean it's for only people who are blessed.
But we have to go there to become
Blessed with
to be-
wonderful good looks, Ferdinand says from the top.
Mira
platform.
ignores her.
Changes,
Says to
changes
Winsler.
yoga pose.
Yep.
I just imagine every
Wow.
time she talks, she changes her pose.
Well, you're imagining properly.
Thank you.
Have you guys ever seen those videos of those models that like switch poses like every half second and just go through
Oh
like
my
an array
gosh,
of them
yes.
super quickly? That's Ferdinand actually.
like that.
I'm just imagining like the Wii Fit trainer, like just like hold, and then they just don't move.
So
But what about that big archway? Do you not think that they would be there?
Well, it says creation to comprehension, and Isabel's the god of creation, so that also makes sense.
So there's the big arch in front of you that has the elders on it. There's the one to your left, birds singing. There's the one to your right, dwellers. There's the one behind you, kind of up the stairs, comprehension.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 of these seem to have like, well, okay, 2 of them seem to have like proper writing of what they are, and I think we might need permission to go into those ones.
Mm-hmm.
One of them seems to be the bird room, and the one in front of us is, I don't know, like that seems to be like the elders' dwelling place.
Well, we
that
already
makes-
kind of got we already sort of talked to the elders before, right? So
Yeah.
maybe it should be the bird room. I feel like there's always a thing with birds, right? Like birds were bothering Integrity because she's a warlock, and I have a
Don't
bird.
say that out
and
loud.
That you're. Oh, okay. I won't say
Birds
that
are
out
just
loud.
Oh wait. Mhm.
Generally kind of like going
It's a
after
theme. It's a
people.
motif. We should follow the motif.
Maybe I'm just intruding here, but why is it that you don't want people to know you're a warlock?
Shh! Don't say it out loud.
Yeah, I'm asking why you don't want me to say it.
Well, I don't know. What if someone hears?
So?
But isn't being that bad? Like, aren't we seen as evil?
Who? You?
Like,
People? Students?
Those darn
People
evil
are
students.
Are
That's
you
true,
Always causing
actually.
a muck.
Everyone in
specifically
like Lightmere community concerns is always talking about how much they hate students.
Mhm.
the warlocks.
Warlock? I've literally never had a bad, other than you not untying me, I've never had a bad experience with warlocks.
So you
Always the
mean
light of my life, my week.
I don't
the
have
day.
to automatically be evil?
Whew. That's a complicated question for me. And she switches poses.
Yes.
I mean, you were right about the birds. I can hear them. They're very nice.
I'm now remembering. I don't know if I want to go to the bird room.
Yeah, Winsler.
I don't know if I want to go to the bird room.
Did you tell us about the bird council? Like, do we know
No.
about that? Okay, cool.
No, I did not mention the bird
Damn it,
council
we
at
had a
all.
disclosure day for a reason, Winslow.
Well, I guess now we're going to the bird room then.
I guess we're going to the
Unless-
bird room.
Unless we want to like try and like split up so that half of us go to the bird room, half of us go up the stairs, and then if we do meet someone that we have to meet with, we'll be like, oh, we have friends who are here also. We didn't know where to go, so we were hoping to split up to find people faster.
I don't
and then
think
bring
we
people
should
back
split
together.
up if we still have a captive, because I feel like that is a
I'm-
bad idea.
I know.
That's
It's
true.
fine.
Plus,
has
then
to- she
only
can-
Of course, you would say it's fine.
She could take care of me, and she'll like gesture to Integrity.
of course
Um,
she could, but that's besides the
I will
point.
be
Yeah, so
shaking
it's-
my head profusely. I don't want to be stuck with her. Like, please do not leave me stuck with her.
It's like, no, we won't be leaving you alone with her. No.
I think we should go as a group also because what if only half of us get the blessing and then half of us aren't safe for some amount of time? I think going together is a
Okay,
better
yes.
I
idea.
think it's better to stay in a group.
So-
Winsler grimaces.
That's just my
Yeah.
personal opinion.
Winsler and Ben go.
So, bird room?
Yeah, let's go to bird room. I mean, we've never had a
Bird
bad
room.
experience with birds.
Hi, yeah, sure, let's go to the bird room.
So you all take some steps off of this lift that brought you up, this wooden platform that brought you up. Integrity, the floating disc follows very closely behind you, or like I think a certain fixed distance behind you. Ferdinand continues to pose on it and hang out, and if she doesn't have to move, she's not going to. And you can all make your way through the bird arch where you hear the tweeting of birds. You seem to find yourselves very quickly on a wide limb of this tree, just this very thick branch that reaches out. And on all around you, you're like surrounded by foliage, these very beautiful leaves of various colors, which is an interesting thing, seeing as a lot of the other trees have lost their leaves at this point. But these ones remain, and they are still like purplish, like this steely purple is how I would describe their color. Whereas the bark is like this dark green, right? And it's not super vibrant. It's very much muted, which doesn't seem to be Isithil's thing, but this one is. And so as you walk, you see the best way I could describe it is like alcoves in the leaves, where if you were to, you just continue walking and you see intermittently there seem to be alcoves in the leaves. And every time there's like another set of branches that split off from this main one, it's almost like that's another hallway branching off, and you can see down it more little leaf alcoves every here and again. And other than that, unless you wanted to take a peek in one of those, other than that, at the very, very end of this branch, almost fixed very dangerously on the very thin, wilted, or not wilted, but very thin, fragile looking tip of this branch, there seems to be like a little wooden stand with what looks like a telescope or something in it. That's just like, it's like, and the telescope is like pointed directly down at the clouds below you.
It's fun.
You hear the chirping of birds from all around you. What would you like to do?
Carefully step forward.
You step forwards. You hear the creak of wood underfoot. You hear a squawk of a bird above. It goes squawk. No one seems to take notice that you're here. Or if they
Okay.
do take notice, they don't seem to care, I guess.
Okay. Maybe this is just like a chill room.
It feels very peaceful in here, so I don't think anything bad will happen to us.
Yeah, I hope not. That
Why'd you have to
could be
jinx it?
dangerous.
The second she says that, oh no.
The tree explodes. No.
Ugh!
Die.
Oh my gosh.
Like the entire tree
Yep.
explodes.
Millions of splinters.
Oh no.
Yeah, what are y'all doing? Winsler's creeping forwards ever so slightly, ever so gently, watching the branches above, looking at these little birds jumping to and fro. Some of them are watching you, Winsler.
I don't like that.
Oh, they
I really
recognize
don't like
him.
that.
They know.
It's like every single additional step. I don't know if you are taking additional steps. It's like the first one was like everyone was chill, and then you took another one, and some birds looked over, and then like double taked and were just stopped in their place and are staring at you now. But not at any of the rest of you, just at Winsler.
I'm gonna back up.
They watch you go. They even hop towards you to like get a better view. I think.
No!
Oh my
Stop!
gosh.
Be gone!
Winsler, were you planning on taking a peek at that telescope over there?
Well, now that you mention it, I'm kind of curious about what it's looking at. So I was just kind of
Same.
poking around in the room, and now the birds are looking at me, and I'm kind of spooked.
Yeah, why are they being so weird about you? You'd think they'd be weird about integrity. No
Hi,
offense, I just mean birds have been weird about you before.
I got no idea.
Weird.
They look
Yeah,
very
weird.
friendly.
The birds, they do. They look at one another and go chirp 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 chicka chook chuck chick
Squawk!
squawk squawk. A large like weird looking like three-eyed bluebird with
Ugh.
like this very large wintry, like, you know how birds get like round in the winter?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, it looks like that, except it's like bowling ball size, and it perches on a very thick branch, and it goes
Jesus.
squawk squawk squawk,
Oh, it's
and
so
then
beautiful.
looks directly at you, Winsler.
No.
All of its eyes.
No.
Like everyone else is talking about like, oh man, like we should go look at these things. Sarah's just like standing to the back and just like soaking in like the peaceful atmosphere for once. Like,
Yeah.
okay, we're in a safe place right now.
You feel calmness rush over you, Serenep. Additionally, you see cast in the light from that's emanating from like the inner hub of the tree. You see your shadow has a big plant on top of your head, and it's like wiggling a little bit.
If she brings her hand up and like touches like the leaves or something, like touch like the bark or whatever, like does she feel it? Like is it like
Oh,
an
yeah.
extension of her person? Like
Oh,
that's weird.
No, you reach up and
Okay.
touch it, and it's like it's just straight up feels like a plant. You're touching a little tree. It does have some like, it's grown substantially since it first spread it over the top of your head. And it's almost like a little sapling. Yeah, it's probably like a foot tall right now.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then a bird
Um,
comes and be like, a new home.
Oh my Luke, if I can get like a bird pet, like
Yeah. So what are you? Yeah. what are
maybe
you- there's little alcoves. There's the telescope. What do you want to check out? The world's your oyster, everyone.
Is there like a tree or a branch that
There
has
is a tree.
fallen off on the ground
damn
or something? Like something that can be thrown?
Sure. Yeah, there can be little like debris. It's not a like place that gets cleaned up often, so there can be like debris around. Yeah, absolutely. You can pick up a small stick.
Can I try? Okay, I'm going to gently throw it onto like the end of the branch and see if it falls.
Oh, okay. Like where the telescope is?
Yes, just like I don't know. I'm not sure
Are you just
how.
scared to step out?
I'm scared
Or
of someone walking in there and it breaking off and someone
Oh.
dying.
Okay. So I feel like I've made it too scary in that case. And I apologize because that wasn't my intent. It is skinny, but the diameter of this branch is still much larger than anything ever, right? Like the branch itself is probably like redwood thick, you know? And so
Oh, damn.
like fucking hefty, large. And so like the tapered end of this branch is still, I said thin, but it's like the part that you can still stand on and this telescope is still very much wide enough not to be like a safety hazard from breaking off standpoint. Like it's still like, oh, you could fall, but it's reasonable, right? It's not like
Okay, I
a
thought you
danger of
meant
it
like
snapping.
the end
I
is like
apologize.
almost dead. That if
No,
someone
I
walked
apologize.
on it,
No, I
it'll
used the
crack.
word wilted and then I realized that was a bad word and I apologize for that. Yeah, you pick up the stick and you realize like, it doesn't look that bad.
I'm really curious to see what that's pointing to.
Why don't we go check it out?
You walk over there, past all of these things. From inside of these little alcoves, you hear rustling of different stuffs.
No.
And you walk up to this telescope. It seems to be made of wood, mounted on a not quite carved from wood stand, and again is pointed so that the telescope is pointed almost directly down at the clouds. As you look at it, it has like these very pastel pink lenses in it.
Oh.
That almost looks like the wood is formed around.
Ooh. Interesting.
Do you want to peek? Do you want to look in through it? Who wants to look through it?
Winsler can go ahead.
Okay, I will take a peek.
Okay, Winsler, you walk up to this telescope. Oh boy, Winsler. You walk up to this telescope.
Oh no.
You've sentenced me to my doom, everyone.
I'm
You look
sorry.
at this large
Kidnap you.
telescope sticking straight up in the air. Straight up in the air. Much above your eye level.
Mm-hmm.
Much above your grasp. You could probably grasp at like the base, almost wooden tripod of this thing, but the eyepiece of this telescope is well out of reach for Winsler, and he stands there puzzlingly for a few moments.
Okay, I'm not dead. It's fine.
You're not dead. You're just short.
I'm not
Oh.
dead.
I'm curious.
Yeah, the rest of you see Winsler is short. This thing is much taller than him.
Winsler, do you need a boost?
Yes, please.
I will pick Winsler up like by the waist and just like Lion
Hold him
King
up.
style, like
Okay.
lift him
Yoink.
to the telescope.
Okay, Winsler, you look down at what the telescope is looking through and just see very fluffy, thick clouds that seem to be pelting the forest floor with snow. And then you put your eye to this pastel pink lens of, or like the this wooden telescope, and look through the pastel pink lenses, and you see magnified and in a slight rosy tint the surface, like that entrance to the entrance to this tree. And not as if you were looking down at it, as if you were like almost like a security camera vantage point mounted right above the door itself.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We're in the security room.
I wonder if someone was watching us like enter the tree.
And then they went off to like sit in their James Bond villain chair.
Oh, with their cat.
Well, you have wiggles, so you're already like partway there.
Oh, they have a bird
we
instead.
walked through another door. Golopedro's in a spinny chair with a cat on his lap.
Well,
It's like they'll just be
well.
sitting in their chair, they'll spin around and they'll hold out their
Well,
finger, and then like a
well.
fucking majestic bird will just sit on their finger.
A phoenix.
My brother is out of town, and I'm the elder in charge now.
Yeah. Do you want to try moving the telescope around?
Sure.
What do you want to point it at?
The woods, I guess.
The woods. You point it at the woods. You get another. It's almost like you switch angles essentially as you like move it to where you assume the woods are, because again there is a very thick cloud cover. And so you see like the the crowns of a couple trees poking up through the trees. What? You see the crowns of a couple trees poking up through the clouds. So you point the telescope over at them, and it's almost like the camera or your viewpoint shifts to being like looking down from these trees at the ground. If that makes sense. Right? And every
Birds
single
work
time
for
you
the
move the
bourgeoisie.
telescope and look at a new tree, it's like the viewpoint changes to like that tree just looking down at the
Interesting.
ground. Yeah.
What a weird telescope.
Do you see anything, Winsler?
I see the entrance we came in. I see some trees. I see some clouds. Everything's pink. I don't remember everything being pink.
Like nostalgia?
No, just pink.
Does this mean that someone saw us come in?
Well, no one's here except the birds. So, I mean, maybe the birds saw us? I don't know.
The birds are spy cameras.
Oh, like
Oh,
in The
no.
Incredibles.
Oh no.
Oh god. The conspiracy theorists were right.
I know.
Yeah. You all hear rustling from the alcoves around you, though.
Uh-oh. I'm
What
gonna
do you
stop
wanna do?
looking.
You stop looking in the telescope.
I put you down.
Thank you.
Mira puts you down. Yeah.
So I guess this isn't where we're supposed to be. This is just
li-
sort of the...
This literally is just a bird room.
I mean,
Well,
it's a nice view.
Your
is a nice
second, your other theory, Serenap, was going up the stairs. Do we want to try that?
Like into
Yeah, I
the one
think
that
that would
was
be the-
comprehension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could try that. I kind of want to go sooner rather than later because I don't know why, but I don't really feel too comfortable in this room.
That's fair.
You hear a braying coming from one of the alcoves, like one of these leaf alcoves,
What
It
does
seems
that
the
word
birds
mean?
don't like us.
like a horse sound.
Oh.
What the hell?
Oh.
There are
All
horses
right.
in the tree?
Horse
You hear-
bird.
You hear chitterings, you hear chirps, you hear horse brays, you hear all sorts of things.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh, is that a bird soar?
I was supposed to say a bird comes out riding a tiny horse.
A centaur with a bird head.
Ugh.
So you all
I think
walk,
we want to head out and toward the comprehension room.
you
Yeah.
walk back into that hub area. All is peaceful. As you enter back in, you do feel re-cozied, as it were. Right? Like
Re-cozied.
the hub is not only the center of the tree, but also the center of coziness in the tree. And you can climb up these nice wooden stairs. Again, they look like they are just carved, but not, right? Like I can't convey that to you. It just looks off in some little way. And climb up to this like little landing overlook patio kind of thing. And before you is a smaller arch that just has creation to comprehension in primordial upon it, and all these weird grasping hands. Inside, through the arch, you see a tiny room, or not a tiny room per se, but a smaller place than where you just were. You see the centerpiece of the room is almost this woven wall. It looks like a wall that you would make with just loose sticks and like almost lashing them together. Does that make sense? And growing on it, almost like wicker, I guess.
The naturalist's wicker room.
Oh my gosh, this artist here?
Oh my god.
And growing from this wicker wall, it's almost like a temporary wall or like a movable wall, or like it doesn't go all the way to the ceiling or anything.
A
It's not that there
foldable wall.
is a ceiling, but growing on it seems to be different mushrooms, different assorted other plants. There seems to be not plant or fungus materials that are growing on here. You could make an Arcana check if any of you are interested in what this stuff was.
Sure.
You see a tiny lectern off in the corner. There's almost what looks like a big wash basin filled with like an iridescent oil-looking substance. That's very still. But yeah, anyone who wants to check out this wall can make an Arcana check if you'd like.
Got an
Sure.
18.
I'm
Check.
Oh, finally a good roll.
Ooh,
12.
21. 18 plus
Damn.
3.
heck.
17.
Oh my gosh, everyone. What did you get, Integrity?
12.
Oh, okay.
Oof.
Most everyone did good. Integrity, you kind of look at everything. And it's just a lot to take in all at once. Like this has just been a lot. Ferdinand might even be like, humming to herself and like you turn and look at her as she like floats up on your floating disc up the stairs behind you all. The rest of you take a moment and like look at these different things that are growing on here. They almost look like different spell reagents. It looks like there is a if this makes sense, there's a little mushroom that almost looks like it's made of a mirror itself, right? And touching it, it feels just like a silver mirror. There's bunches of different. What others?
We don't like those. We don't trust those.
No. What other spell components are there? What's other cool stuff that could be growing on this wall?
Gems.
There's gems. There's little gems that are like growing.
Pink topaz.
There's no pink
Oh my
topazes,
God.
unfortunately.
You already have your pet.
Pieces of like maybe coal dangling there.
String.
There's some pennies that are like seem to be literally growing here, like as if they are like, you know, those little shelf mushrooms. I for the life of me can't remember the name of them.
I know what you mean though.
Yeah, they those are growing there, and except they're like little pieces of copper, right? That you might use for casting certain spells. It's just a wall of
What about
spell
like
ingredients.
pitcher plants, but there's like all of these powders like inside the
Ooh,
plant?
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, it seems to just be that. That's what this wall is. It seems to be a spell reagent growing station of some sort.
Cool.
And so then there's this lectern, there's bookshelves, there's a little alchemy station off in the corner, and then this big basin with like an iridescent oil-like substance in it. No people.
But there's no people.
Very
No.
spooky.
It's also much quieter in this room. It almost feels
Sacred?
disconnected.
Oh.
I wouldn't say sacred. I would say disconnected. Or like dampened in sound in some way.
The best place for murdering.
Oh my God, why would you say that?
You didn't break me out just to kill me, right? Ferdinand says, changing her
No.
pose and looking at Integrity.
I would never kill anyone.
I guess the zone of truth does not apply to integrity.
Half of our group has killed once. It is only about time the other half does as well.
I wish to
You
touch
Yeah.
the oil.
Okay. Just like, so you walk over and it's just this perfectly still surface, and are you going to gently put your hand in, or
Put
just
a
like
finger
smack
in.
it?
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
gently put a
you
finger.
You put a little fingeroo in. It seems to be nice and warm, like maybe unpleasantly warm, like too warm. Not like cooking,
God.
not like hot or boiling or anything like that, but like on the verge of being like a bit too warm for comfort. But yeah, it's just a deep pit or a deep basin full of this stuff. Winslow, you could probably honestly just climb into this thing and be like completely submerged.
I don't want to do that.
But as you like poke your finger in and like pull it out, it seems to be like a kind of viscous oil, and it like sticks, and like as you pull your finger back up, it almost like sticks to your finger, and then as
Ew.
you like break that tension, it like bounces back almost like a trampoline,
Like Jello.
and like regains this perfect surface finish, like just no
Weird.
ripples or anything in it.
Weird.
Magic Jello.
But when your hand or your finger was in it, completely felt liquid.
That's weird.
What?
This is a weird room.
Is there anything else you want to check out in here? There's the lectern. There's an alchemy station.
I kind of
Or
want to
there's
like look at the lectern and see if
Okay.
there's anything. Like, is there anything on it, or like, is it just standing there?
There,
Why are
there
we
is a book
snooping
open
here?
upon it. Yes.
Okay,
There's a book
interesting.
open upon it.
I want to look at the book.
It seems to be someone's journal of sorts,
Ooh.
Dear diary.
and it seems to be recently written in. Yes.
What language is it in?
It's written in Primordial, in like a wicked old version of Primordial that's kind of like a bit hard to decipher, but most of those main points again still just carry on over. Do you want to read the most recent section?
Yeah, like what's it open on?
The most recent section seems to be
How to
Why-
cook a witch.
Why are we snooping through this stuff? Like, what is happening? We went from going
Listen.
to ask for sanctuary to be like, yeah, let's just go through this person's shit. Like why not?
Interesting. What would like what's like the Cliff Notes version of what is written here? What are like the major takeaways that you could get from the major concepts, Mira, that you could get from looking at this and glancing over this most recent written passage. One, you can glean just a ancillary piece of information that Primordial is just not a very good writing language, because it seems like very little information has been written down here, but there's a lot of writing, if that makes sense. Like a lot of words to say not that much, which is like the subtitle of this podcast. But you would see that there's a interesting tidbit about a convening of elders and a decision to go in search of a fix to the problem with realities.
Ooh, okay.
The next
Ooh.
note is and then there's it almost looks like a little amendment, like the way that you would be like, dear diary, and then like later in the day you might make like a second entry on the same page, right? There's like a second section about
If you're not Shimpan,
Wish-
don't read this.
wishing
out.
wishing all the animals below that there was something to be done for them in this time. Almost like you get this sense of like great sadness about like the state. You do glean, I think, that this will be a temporary state of the plane, but that it is sad for the creatures of Isethil nonetheless, to the writer of this note, or this note. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
If that's cryptic enough. If you need more cryptic shit, please let me know.
Cryptic.
I'm gonna turn to the group and be like, well, I think we have an answer to our question about where Shin Pem went.
Do
Is
we?
he in the other room?
He takes off his hat and he goes, "Honey, I'm home."
Hello. It is I.
Didn't even like put any shoes on before leaving. No, I think that the elders are at some kind of reality convening place. The journal seems to like reference something about
convention.
a problem of some kind that they're trying to fix, and that there is some kind of temporary badness for the creatures. See, I don't know if that like also applies to the gods or just like the elders. Like, I don't know what that means, but that might explain why nobody seems to be here.
Winsler, it's all your fault.
No.
I'm kidding.
So I guess, what does that mean for us then? I guess we just kind of have to wait here?
Well, I don't know if it means like that we can or can't seek sanctuary. We might try the other rooms. I can also try to look more into this journal and see if it says anything more about the problem.
Okay. Guys, I'm already very uncomfortable with us going through what is already in sight in this room. We really should not be going through their things. I'm sorry if this sounds like I'm ruining the party or whatever, but we're here as guests to seek sanctuary. We shouldn't be going through their things. I understand you're curious.
Well, we can't seek. It's not about curiosity, Serenep. We can't seek sanctuary from them if they're not here, and if they're not here, we need to figure out where they
We
are.
haven't gone through all the rooms yet.
Okay,
You-
We
why
haven't gone
don't
through all
we?
the rooms.
Okay.
You
Why don't we go all the
hear-
rooms?
You all hear from the little stairs outside of this room,
Uh-oh.
like the tapping of wood upon wood and little footsteps. The tapping of wood upon wood, I think, is the best way to say it. And then hear a voice from the archway that goes, "Oh, you're here seeking sanctuary."
Immediately,
and
as soon as I hear
turn-
that, I'm going to kneel down
Ah!
and like praise whoever it is.
Okay. Integra kneels down. What do the rest of you do when you hear this voice?
I panic and follow suit.
I like immediately like set the book down like exactly where I found it on the lectern, and then kneel down as Integrity did.
Serenep,
Like, oh, okay.
Serenep's gonna turn
Serenep.
and like bow her head, and she's going to
Yeah.
start apologizing to whoever has just come
Yeah.
to the room.
When you all turn to bow, with Mira a bit delayed from everyone else because you try to put the book back right where you found it. And a good thing, Mira, is you're kind of like a bit out of sight of the actual archway in, so they may not have seen you potentially. But as you all turn to like bow down and start apologizing in Serenep's case, you do see standing there, dressed in many different scraps of multicolored cloth and little bits of fur, just like maybe some feathers, some scales here and there, just like this almost like a quilt of a robe on their body. You see a barefoot,
Now, when you say barefoot,
I mean not wearing any shoes, not having the feet of bears. Sorry. You see this figure, this humanoid figure. They are barefoot. They're wearing this quilted robe. In their arm or in their hand, they hold almost like a walking stick. That looks like the bottom of the walking stick has like an arrow. This one looks like an arrow, as in bow and arrow, right?
Oh.
This one looks like an actual arrow, and the base, the part that like taps along the ground, is the actual arrowhead. It's all made of wood, however.
Dude, that's so
And
cool.
the hand that's gripping it, the other hand that's like holding their back, the feet on the ground, and this old, wrinkled, knotted face are all wooden, as this wooden humanoid person looks at you all standing in the room here in the Loft of Elders. And that's where we'll end the episode.
Who
It's a
is
group!
it?
mysterious.
Ben, can you do the outro?
Sure. If you enjoyed this episode of Trials and Trebuchets, I hope you did. It's fun.
Yeah, it was really
If you
relaxing.
didn't, well, I'm sorry. Please
That's
leave a
it.
review and rating on our iTunes. It really helps us out a lot and helps spread the word about our show. We also have our social media handles at Trials and Trebs for both our Twitter and Instagram. And at those social media pages, you can check out some cool art that we post. You can check up on potential upcoming teasers for episodes on Tuesdays. And you can also
Tuesdays.
find a link to our Discord server there as well. You can hop on there and chat with a bunch of cool people and hang out and, do all things podcasts.
All things podcast.
All things podcast. And if you're feeling a little extra generous, we do have a Patreon page as well with varying tiers, so you can help support us with a monetary way, and that helps keep the podcast afloat and also allows us to continuously upgrade our equipment to further increase the quality that we provide to you.
Mics are on the way.
Woohoo! They're here.
Got them.
It's weird that we've done a podcast this long without mics, but I guess
Yeah.
Yeah, it's totally
Just-
professional.
We
Cans and
just yell
strings.
loud enough for Luke's laptop to hear us.
Anyways, thanks everyone for listening this week. It was fun. It was
Thank
way
you.
relaxing. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next week.
Everyone, thank you for listening.
Bye.
All right.
And we'll see you all later. Bye.
Oh, howdy there. It's time, the beginning of April. As we always love to do here at the beginning of the month, we love to say thank you to our patrons, don't we, Carla?
Yeehaw.
Here on this April is Cowboys and Canadians. I'll start us off. Me, Luke, the Canadian. I'll say thanks to Halb Cornbrot. Thank you so much for being our patron. We really appreciate it.
It's me too, Carla, a naturalized Canadian. Thank you very much to Simon Welsh. Thank you for being a patron.
Yeah, thank you, Simon. Thank you, Simon. We really appreciate it. Up next on this little list, we have Alana Galpert. Thank you, Alana. We really freaking appreciate your support of the show.
Well, now it's turn to thank our next patron. Thank you so much to you, Christopher Powers. More power to you.
Ugh. Oh, and no, the one up here next, coming up on my list, reading loud and clear is
Jonas.
Jonas Hiza. Thank you so much, Jonas. We very much appreciate that. And I know that you said I could butcher the pronunciation of it, but I really hope I didn't, even though I know beyond a shadow of a doubt I did.
Next to thank, Dana. Dana. Thank you so much for your support.
Thank you, Dana. We're getting down to the end of this list here. It's a big one for April. We thank all you kindly. Next up on here is Catriane Egbert. Thank you so much. If I'm also mispronounced that one because Carla's given me all the difficult to pronounce names, just let us know, and I will personally apologize.
Yeah, because I'm prideful and I am bad at saying sorry. Next to thank is Ainara. Thank you so much for your support.
Oh, thank you. And finally, here on our list, rounding out those April patrons, we gotta thank...
Maple syrup.
No.
Oh.
We gotta thank Evan Fox. Thank you very much, Evan. We thank each and every single one of you patrons for your support every day, every month, every time you listen to these episodes, every time you even think about donating to Patreon. But of course, actually donating to Patreon is ranked above thinking about it, so long as you have the means to do so. And we just really appreciate each and every single one of you. You let us do really cool stuff. Like, I don't know if you saw it in your feed, but Conversations and Catapults is a thing that exists now. It's a fun little table talk show. If you haven't, I would go check it out. It's very well hosted and excellently run. It's a good, fun time. I have fun on it. Do you?
I absolutely have fun. It's so much fun.
You sound like you're being held hostage to say that.
No, I'm not.
Anyways, and it's possible. It's thanks to you, the patrons, that we're allowed to do stuff like that. So here's to you. This episode, this one's for you guys, and the next one and the one after that. All of them are for y'all because you fund this shit. Thank you so much. See you next month.
Those are two glasses made of plastic clinking together like a wine glass, but plastic.